Hi everyone, this is SimsDive. Welcome to my How to Play The Sims 4 walkthrough. Today I'm going to be starting a 10-part series for people who are curious on how to play The Sims 4, or people who have just purchased the game and they're not sure what to do or what options to choose from. I can go over everything with you. I'll be your virtual guide today, and I have many more content videos like this coming up shortly. So first we're going to start with the home screen. You're going to see that yours is already going to be a little different from mine. As you can see, I do already have all of the expansion game packs and stuff packs. You do get 2 free items you can download. You're not required to, but it does help to have a little extra items that are not included in the base game. So you'll see this is grayed out, meaning I don't have it. Essentially, if you're starting off with the base game, you will not have these packs available. That just means you're limited to what content, what interactions you have available to you based on what you have. So we're going to start a new game today. When you start a new game, it's going to ask you if you want to create a story. That just helps the sim pick out a character for you. This is not a story progression game. There's no rules and there's no end game. So I'm going to hit no thanks. So it automatically makes a sim for you. You can either accept the way the Sims looks, or you can change the sim yourself. So what I'm going to do is make my own sim. I'm going to name it SimsDive. If you're not sure what to name your sim, keep a lookout for this dice. Anywhere that you see it means it can be randomized. So if I click the randomized name, it's going to give me just a random name from their database. But since I don't need that, I'm going to go back and hit sim. Now, you don't have to do this in the order that I'm doing it. However you choose to do this is fine. I usually start by doing the name and the basic biography of who my sim is, and then I customize them. So as you can see, I am turning my sim. How you do that is you click and hold your right cursor, and you can spin however fast you want. It doesn't have any effect on anything. It just helps you see different areas of your sim. Over here is what's known as the plumb bob. This is a huge symbol in The Sims. It's basically their main symbol of the game. You're going to see this everywhere. It does hover over the sim that you're currently on. It does express moods, and it's a fun little icon that's grown throughout the series. So I can hover over that and click it, and you'll see different options come down. This is from gender to age to style walks to voices, and if you have more than one sim in your household, what kind of relationship you have with them. So I'm going to start out as a female sim, but there are other options. Of course, if you want it to be a male sim, you do have that option available. But you can click this little arrow right here to customize your gender further. So if you wish to present yourself as a female with a masculine frame, you can do that. You can have a masculine clothing preference. You can either become pregnant, get others pregnant, or neither. And your sim can either use the toilet while standing or not. So you do have those options available to you, which is very inclusive, and I think that's incredible. Next, you do have your age available to choose, so you can be a toddler, which only gives you 1 trait, a child, which still only gives you 1 trait. Once you turn into a teenager, you can get 2 traits. A young adult will have 3, and 3 is the max that you can get. And then you can become an adult and an elder. And you'll see some physical features do change once you reach a certain age, but we're going to stick with young adult. I will say before going further, I do have some content because I do have a lot of packs that will not be available to you. So some of the options you see that I'm going to choose today are limited to what you have. So I'm going to select my walk style. You do not have to do this. This is just for the sake of showing you that they really customize everything for you. So you have different style walks which your sim will perform. The next walk that I'm going to do will not be available to you, but this is the vampire walk. So for today, we are going to use the feminine walk. Now I'm going to select my sim's voice tone, so you can make it higher or lower. And because I do not have any other sims with me, I can leave this alone. It won't let me do anything anyway since there's no extra sim in my household, and I will show you how to do that. Next is your aspiration. Your aspiration is basically the main goal of who you want your sim to be and what you want them to do with their life. You do not have to fulfill your aspiration by the end of your lifespan. This is just something to base your sim off of if you wish to do your own kind of story. So if you click on the aspiration, you do have multiple things to choose from. And once you click on a specific field, there are subcategories. So let's say for the sake of this, you click family. So before you even click it, you can hover over it and it will tell you what bonus trait you get. So with the family, your bonus trait is domestic. Domestic sims will see their family relationships grow stronger and faster. So they do give you bonus traits for specific things. So let's click it and we get 4 different options. Yours might be different. You can have a vampire family, you can have a big happy family, you can be a super parent, or you can have a successful lineage. I'm just going to click that one. And as you can see up here, it did apply the domestic trait. Along with that, you do get 3 different traits, which here's the dice icon that can be randomized, but I'm going to pick 3 different traits. Much like the aspirations, you can hover over the trait and it will tell you just different things about it. But other traits do cancel out, so if you choose a cheerful sim, you're not going to be able to choose the gloomy or hot-headed trait because that does conflict. And I will tell you that if your sim is romantic and you meet a sim that is non-committal, they're more likely to shut you down in future interactions, but we will show that as a later time. So I'm going to make her romantic. I'm going to make her a bookworm. And I'm going to make her neat. So they do perform these little actions based off of what you click. So now that I have my traits, I can just click away from the menu by selecting any space. And if I were to add a sim to my household, there is a little button down here where you can add a sim. And you can create a sim via story. You can add a new randomized sim. And if you weren't happy with that, you can just simply hit this X and confirm. You can also create pets. With the pet expansion pack, you can create cats and dogs. You can also create an occult sim, so that can either be an alien, a vampire, a mermaid, or a spellcaster. So aliens do come with the base game, so you do not need anything specific to have them. But I will just show you the different occult sims. So we have a vampire. We have our mermaid. And we have our spellcaster. So let's delete them because we're not going to keep them. Next is the add the sim from gallery. So if you have any pre-existing sims, or if you want to use a sim that was created by another user, you can do that by clicking this button. And you can also play with genetics by clicking that button. If you have 2 separate sims, you can combine them together and create a child, or you can create your sibling, a twin, or a parent. And these can all be randomized as well. You do not have to accept what you are given. Down here, you have different options for randomization. If you click this little arrow, you can select exactly what you want to randomize. So let's say I wanted to only randomize her hair. I could check off everything else I wanted to keep, and it would just randomize her hair for us. But if I didn't like that, I can simply hit the undo button, and it'll revert all of my changes. Over here you have the cancel and confirm, which are self-explanatory. You can save the sim as a household and use them in the future, and you can open the gallery. We'll get into the gallery at a different time. Over here is your notification wall, which will be useful in the game. And then you have your options menu. So let's get into the actual customization. You're going to feel a little overwhelmed at first because of how many options that you're given. So obviously you see if I go over the sim, different portions light up. Those are actually portions. If you see the arrows going vertically, horizontally, even those that look like they can expand, that just means this body part can be morphed. So you can either do it without clicking the sim per se. So in order to morph a part of the body, let's just use her calves, for example. So they light up, meaning they can be morphed. So I have to click, hold, and drag in any direction, and you can see that it made it smaller or it made it thicker. So this is the same for any part of her body. So if I right click and turn her sideways, I can give her a big rear end, or I can give her breasts. I can expand her shoulders. There's different options you can do, so anywhere that lights up can be morphed, but there are other options going forward. So let's actually click our sim. So over here, these two are your muscle meters and your weight meter. So the sim will move. That doesn't mean anything in particular. It's just she's reacting to the changes that you're making. So before we get into any clothing, let me show you further customization options. So as you can see, we have a clear view of our sim's face, but let's say we don't like how her eyebrows are. You can look at the eyebrows glowing, and you see how it has a little rotation mark. You can actually hold, click, and drag, and you can move those up. And you can do that with pretty much any portion of their face. If you see it's glowing, it can be moved. So even their forehead. And upon looking at them like this, you can actually morph their heads. And to get further into detail, click the detail edit mode, and you can even get into the corners of their eyes, the corners of their mouth, their nostrils, anything like that really. You can even start changing the shapes of their nose or their chin. There's so many different options you can do. You can even give their eyebrows a specific arch. So let's say you're not sure what to do and you have too many options and you're not really feeling creative about moving their face too much and you kind of want to keep it the same. What you can do is if you click that part of the body, it will come up with a pre-made screen where you can select a color if you want it to match the sim's hair. So let's just pick a different eyebrow because I've never been fond of her eyebrows. So I usually stick with this one, and that seems like a pretty good selection. And you can see once you click her face, you do get these different bubbles over here. So this is face, hair, hats, accessories, and makeup. So let's click the face tab, and you can see just how many different preset sims that are made. So if you click this face, it'll turn out kind of looking like that. You can click different faces and just see what different options you have available to you. So I like this one, so we're going to keep this. But you can see that you can get skin details like wrinkles or moles. You can do brow scars, different teeth. So if you wanted to have some razor teeth, you can do that. That is with a pack. So if you see a little bubble up here with a specific symbol, that does mean there is a specific pack associated with it. But you can have just different options for your sim's teeth. You can do cheek scars, different mouth scars, anything like that that is customizable to you. And then you do have the hair options. So hair options are one of my favorite things to look at in the game. You have many different styles from different packs, but base game hair will just give you a different idea of what different hairstyles they offer. So let's see. So these are just some base game hairstyles. Some of them are cute, but they are a little plain, so that's why I suggest getting some packs while you can, just to kind of stock up on some different options that are available to you. And you do have different subcategories to help you find exactly what you're looking for, and this can also be changed as well. So if you wanted blue hair, you could have that. If you wanted dark brown hair, blonde hair, however you want it to you have your sim look, it's up to you. And of course you have hats, you have accessories by different categories, so earrings, glasses, and necklaces. And of course you have makeup, which is one of my favorite things to play in because they give you so many different makeup styles. It's hard to choose sometimes, so especially if they give you these little wings. So it just definitely adds some personalization to your character. So if you zoom out and you click on your sim, you will get the similar bubbles, but it'll change more towards outfits. So if you click on body, you can see it does give you different body types. So they have some pretty large ones, some very skinny ones, muscly, all different body types, all different shades. You can even look like an alien if you wanted to. You could be Shrek, whatever you're feeling. You can do tattoos, and you can just create different looks. And if you're not sure what shirt you want to pick, you can always hit the randomize button and it'll pick different shirts for you in different colors. So let's just create a random outfit.
Ooh.
So you can see just different options that different packs are offering me. And you can just click on whatever you're looking to customize. So if you just want shoes, you can click on shoes. But I'm clicking on her skirt, or you can also click on the tab over here. And we're just hitting randomize. All right. And if I wanted to add some tattoos to my sim, I can just click whatever tattoos I'm feeling and put that on our sim. All right, so now she's tatted up. So let's go back to our clothes. You do have different options for clothing based on what type of event or what time of day. Cold weather and hot weather, these two might not be available to you without the seasons pack, but you will have everyday, formal, athletic, sleep, party, and swimwear. So these will be available to you. So let's just click formal. So it does automatically put you in formal wear. Again, you don't have to accept that, but if you're not sure what you should wear, they do have a styled look option that comes with already pre-made looks. So let me go to the end because those will be available in the base game. So you do have different styles and you can actually choose different colors, and some of them do have makeup associated with it. So you can kind of preview what it will look like on the sim before you actually try it. So I like this one, so we'll keep that. And then of course you can just choose different styled looks from what they have available.
Oh, Rangoya Zanks.
All right, so I'm just doing random looks at this point. And now that I'm satisfied with my sim, I can just check to see if there's any accessories I want to add, if there's different shoes I want to put her in. But for right now, I think I'm good to go. Now let's say I wanted to add an outfit to go along with my Sims everyday outfit. If I wanted to have multiple outfits throughout the week, this little arrow right here above whatever section you're in allows you to do that. So if you click that arrow, you can add however many outfits up to 5 and just have different outfits throughout the week. So let's say I wanted a different outfit for day 2. I could go into styled looks, search through different outfits, or I could create my own. But I'll choose this one.
Kenda.
So as you can see, it put her in a different outfit, and we still have her outfit that we started out giving her. But since I don't need any additional outfits, I'm going to hit remove. But you do still get to keep yours. And then you just have to minimize to put that away. And then you can click away just to view your sim. So this is our sim created. You can see that she has different jewelry on, that she has her tattoos, she has her makeup, her hair. So we did just create our own sim. Now what we're going to do is hit confirm, and it'll show you a little preview of your sim, and you can either change the sim household name if you want to. That will not change your sim's actual name. It'll just change your sim's household name. And if you click randomize portrait, this doesn't really do anything. It just does show your sim in different poses. So you don't have to do that. And you can also share your household to the gallery where other sims can save and use your character if they like it. So I'm going to hit save and play. So this is the end of the video. We did go over how to create a sim and just basic knowledge on different traits and how to successfully create a sim with an aspiration, and how to add sim family members, and if you have the pack, create occult members as well. I'm not going to try to dive too much into different packs since you're starting with the base game. If you do have any questions, please feel free to comment below. I'll do my best to help you. If you enjoyed, you can leave a like, you can subscribe. You're not required to, but it would help. And just let me know if you enjoyed the video. I will be posting part 2 shortly. Part 2 is where we're going to cover moving into your first home, everyday living for your sim, getting a job, and starting with school for children. Thanks. Happy simming.